All right, so here's what Gale brought us. Always something impressive. The engine stands themselves are beautiful.
They're such great. This is what he had on display at the SEMA show when I was there talking to him, and I was like, well, these are great. Just the stands
powder
alone.
coated, beautiful. But what's on top? We have the V6 over here. Displacement on this V6 is
3 liters, 183 cubic inches,
and
300 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque.
Right, and so 3 and 5, and now over there.
Now this gets crazy because with these we go up to streetable 800 horsepower, and the torque number is 1,200, 1,300 pound-feet. So it's way up there.
And this is a 6 liter, you're saying?
It's 6.6 liter.
6.6.
We built a 427, like a 7 liter version
yeah,
of
right.
it as well. So what we do is guys will have these older trucks and they want to freshen them up.
Right.
We either sell them a replacement engine. We go all the way from stock.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, we have brand new stock replacement, what I call hypo engines. Or you can buy the kits, the injectors, we do the bigger blower turbos. So that's a big deal.
Right.
And the durability on these things, we've worked out in our marine work and our military work. So we're now putting it back in and selling it. We sell a 6-speed automatic out of a ZL1 Camaro. In other words, that thing will take 550, 600 horsepower.
Right. Okay.
And lots of torque. And we do it on both of them. So even if you've got an old gas pickup or an old military vehicle, like a weapons carrier or an old Jeep, you guys are putting these in Jeeps. So what I wanted to show here is what diesel's doing. And it's getting smaller and it's getting more powerful. So we took this truck, normally we'd put a new engine in it, or if a guy owned it, he'd put one of those, one of my V8s in it.
Now it's a Chevy 350 dually
Yeah,
crew cab.
I mean that's a full-on, that's as heavy duty as it gets.
Right.
It's got this V6 300 horse diesel in it. That came in 2001 with an early 6.6 liter Duramax.
Making the same horsepower and torque as the 6-cylinder did,
Yeah,
Okay.
but this thing's up 22% on fuel economy in there.
Wow.
The 6-speed is wonderful. I mean, you can paddle shift it, the whole deal.
And how do you deal with cooling? So let's say, you have the dually, and a lot of guys use their dually for towing.
Right.
And now you're coming back from Laguna Seca and you're going up the Grapevine with a trailer. And sure, you have the horsepower specs and you have the torque specs.
Right.
But now we're going up that Grapevine.
Exactly.
And you got a pretty small motor that is pretty well tweaked to get that kind of horsepower out of it. How do you cool it?
Actually, it puts less cooling load on the system that was already in that truck than the V8 did.
Wow.
Less.
Because of less volume?
Yeah, less surface area for the heat transfer to the water. So the bottom line is, the cooling package that's already in that vehicle was more than adequate.
Was more than
Yeah,
enough.
actually might be too much.
So can we go take a look, by the way, at that?
Now, and these you're offering as engines, as crate engines, as engine transmission combinations?
Anything from a performance replacement engine.
With the electronics and everything,
Well,
like you can
we're
buy a
selling
turnkey
everything.
solution?
We sell bare blocks, bare heads, crankshafts.
Yeah.
We do a really excellent upgrade injection system for them, and we have different levels of high performance turbos for them. The whole thing.
Right.
All of it
So
came out of the
anything
military
you can imagine,
development.
they could pretty much
Yeah,
buy from you guys.
Just a
You
few
develop
weeks
a
ago, I
package.
went, well, what the hell? Why am I not selling this? We're actually making our first ad about this.
Okay.
And then you guys called, and I went, well, let's take them over.
It's good timing.
Yeah, let's go show.
Yeah.
Goes to the shop. Everybody load up the crate engines and bring them over to Glendale.
Wow.
So it's development, but
Yeah. It almost looks tiny in there.
Here's the front of the engine, and here's the fan. We filled it with some piping.
There's a full foot
Yeah.
or so between the front of the block,
Exactly.
the heads and the block, and the back of the fan. Yeah, nice to work on. Nice, again, not having, it's always like that shoehorning thing we talk about. So, we need the custom headers and the starters. We have to whack out the firewall for the starter.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
How much lighter is this engine compared to the 8-cylinder that you took out?
About 400 pounds.
That's a huge
About
difference.
400
Yeah.
pounds.
The
is not
efficiency
in here.
alone on
That's
just the
fuel
weight
economy
difference.
around town, especially.
I mean,
that's fuel
theoretically, you could tow 400 pounds more weight.
And the other part about this is, with our V8s, we have this Banks straight shot, we call it. This thing could be 450 horsepower without.
Yeah.
When you need it, it's like afterburner, if you will.
How big is the hopper for the water ethanol mix, and then how much does it cost? And I know the answer would be, how much do you use it? Well, how much towing up the grapevine do you do?
Yeah.
But realistically,
It's like boost sensitive, so it only kicks in when you need it.
And we never put in too much. We are the only ones doing engine demand based injection.
Right. It's
Right.
all very small.
So
It
it's
just
all
paints
electronically
it.
controlled.
It's not step function like
Yeah.
days of yesteryear.
So do you have like
it's
a-
not a covered wagon.
Do you have like a gallon tank somewhere?
You can go anywhere from about a gallon and a half. In some cases, we have a 7-gallon. Motorhome guys.
all right.
They'll put a 20-gallon tank in.
Yeah.
And just never
Yeah.
have to really,
Yeah.
once every 6 months.
We use straight distilled water as an anti-detonant. So
Right.
let's say your Jag's a 91 octane minimum. You
Right.
turn around and you missed a little distilled water, and now you're 87 octane. So it
Right.
saves you a lot of money.
This thing stays cool, pulls the same, saves 400 horsepower. I'm guessing the old motor had iron heads as
No,
well?
it was aluminum.
Aluminum heads,
Yeah.
but iron block.
But a big V8.
400-pound weight difference. And then around town, you'd estimate the fuel savings.
It's about
of-
22% better. Diesel
So-
versus diesel.
Really?
It's a huge
Wow.
Yeah.
improvement.
So it seems like
So-
a lot of people are going to go, so it seems like the manufacturers at some point are going to
They're-
go to this.
The aftermarket lots of times leads the manufacturers in terms of
Right.
Right.
California guys especially. So
Do you
the
think...
next thing I want to do is take this engine and put it in this 7-liter engine, put it in a semi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now
so you
start thinking
keep-
about that. you
Right.
know.
Keep stepping up with the vehicle size
Yes.
and seeing what the smaller, more efficient motor can do. I guess the question is, as far as the manufacturers go, it seems like, especially with truck guys, for the last 40 years it's been, this baby's got the big 8-liter
yeah.
Chevy's only got a 6.6 liter, but Ford, we got the 8.4 liter. Like, it's all,
Yeah.
because truck,
Who's bigger,
the
who's
essence
better.
of truck is bigger and
Yeah.
better and bigger and better. So you got to wonder, and now everyone's feeling it at the pump, but now you have to change the mindset of the truck buyer and go, this is a smaller
Yeah.
motor. Ford's got that big one.
My truck weighs 900 pounds less than your truck.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what you're-
And that's the hot lick.
yeah.
Mileage and CO2 emissions are going to be the new bragging.
Absolutely.
Right.
At least starting on this coast and maybe
Right.
starting on the East Coast and moving in.
Right.
I don't think Texas is going to contribute too much early on. They got
No.
a lot of oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Gale, bankspower.com.
Yep,
is,
bankspower.com.
where we go, and again, it's always. I love a bright guy. I love a guy who's got a passion. It's all I can hope for my kids. It's always talking about education and they're going to be a doctor, they're going to be a lawyer. I don't care.
Yeah.
I want them to be into
Yeah.
what they're doing, have a passion for what they're doing. I love Gale because of his passion, his excitement.
you.
It's just and he's a patriot, by the way, for what he does for this country in the military, but also just the wake up every morning with a new idea and a way to be further along than you were a year ago. That's what I love about
Here's
Gale
the
Banks.
fit. Here's the fit. You're Italian.
Yes.
That old V6 is Italian.
Yeah.
When I go to Italy
Paisan.
and I deal with
Yeah.
those guys at VM in Centro, Italy, they talk passion.
Yes. They're passionate people.
I'm going with you.
Yeah.
And when they're done talking passion, they get drunk and take a nap.
That's right.
And
I'm doing that today.
so you're the second Italian guy who's told me we want to deal with you because you're passionate about what the hell you do.
It doesn't matter whether you're making an independent
you don't get
film
that
or
in Detroit.
doing diesel motors. It's like you want someone who's like excited about what
Yeah.
you're doing, and then if they're not better than the other guy, they will be better than the other guy because of their passion. So,
well, I'm also a racer. If you're going to win, you got to be better than the other guy.
You got to be better.
Yeah.
Bankspower.com is where you go, and they have 1,000,001 things. They outfitted my dually. It runs like a top. It's great.
And oh, by the way, Lightning wants to choose you off.
Oh, really?
When I'm done with his, then your white truck, his will be the black truck.
Oh, really? We're going at it.
I say we drag race with trailers.
He told me from Philadelphia last night, I'm going to kick Corolla's ass. Now, is that true or not?
He's called Lightning because he's slow, and it's ironically called Lightning. He's called Lightning because they would send him out for a 6-pack of soda and come back an hour and a half later, and that's why he's called Lightning. So I'm not going to have trouble beating him.
All right.
So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Gale Banks and Matt Vondel. Oh, Matt DeAndrea. There's too many Matts running around here. Matt, the moderator, DeAndrea, saying, keep the air in the spare and the bag in the wheel.
What do you say we start this thing up?